Hello, fellow historians. Welcome back to another episode of Documenting History. The purpose of this video and the purpose of this channel is to document local history in the New York metropolitan area by uploading a snippet of that day's news. Thank you for visiting, and I hope you enjoy the episode.
Because the news is always changing. Check back with us 2, 3, 4 times a day and stay connected.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good morning, 68 degrees. It is 7:20 on this Tuesday, August 27th. I'm Susan Richard. Here's what's happened. A middle of the night 4-alarm fire forces people out of a multifamily home in Ocean Hill, Brooklyn. Our Glenn Schuck coming up. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand to unveil a bill today to provide free breakfast, lunch, and dinner to all school kids, regardless of income. Ahead of the new semester and more possible protesting, Governor Hochul hosted a Zoom call on college campus safety. As you do that back-to-school shopping,
survey says,
prepare to spend more than last year. Mariah Carey now confirming that both her mother and sister died last weekend. In sports, Yanks beat the Nationals. Mets had the night off. AccuWeather sunny, warm today, 86 degrees. Wednesday news time 7:21. Traffic and transit on the ones. And here's Sue Aller.
All right, going to start off at the inbound side of the George Washington Bridge. Here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. We are down to a 35 to 40 minute delay.
We're going to get some glare. Put on your historian sunglasses.
So that's actually a little bit better. Now you want to stick with the Palisades, Route 4, Route 46, just 10 to 15 minutes. You've got 20 minutes inbound at the Lincoln, 25 at the inbound side of the Holland Tunnel. In Queens, the northbound side of the Van Wyck slows down right around 109th Street. You got an accident. It's on a tow truck, but it's been out there for quite some time. And then the BQE slows down on the westbound side, right in the area of Queens Boulevard. We did have a problem over the Kosciuszko Bridge. It looks like traffic is moving again, so it looks like that accident has been cleared away. So a little bit of good news for you there. Now we'll take it over to New Jersey, the northbound side of 287, right by exit 2, which is Route 27 in Edison. We have an accident, and you have the center lane blocked. Now New Jersey Transit is on our closest schedule, and it's still a fair holiday. You do not have to pay today through Labor Day. Traffic is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. From the Farmer's Dog Traffic Center, fresh human-grade dog food delivered right to your door. I'm Sue Aller, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've grown by offering our clients.
If you're a visitor to this channel, the purpose of this video is to record our local history. Now, I know a lot of people say that most of history will be on the internet, but you lose that local flavor and the, what's the word I'm looking for? Probably the vintageness, the nostalgicness of listening to the actual live broadcast of your local history, and sometimes the actual live broadcast of any of the news that's big news. So that's the reason we do this.
6 tan lines that did a tremendous job preventing further extension beyond the original fire building.
Initially being told of 9 injuries, all non-life-threatening, including 6 firefighters. That number still could change, though. Residents running for their lives at 10:30 at night. As many as 3 dozen have been displaced and have lost everything. In fact, 4 of these 5 homes I'm looking at, they appear to be complete losses. Glenn Schuck, 1010 Wins, 92.3 FM. Ocean Hill, Brooklyn.
Mayor Adams launches a new Money in Your Pockets program. The goal is to help low-income New Yorkers gain easier access to public benefits.
He calls it one of the hidden jewels of this administration. Cash assistance, earned income tax credit, and fair fares are some of the few programs his honor envisions assisting New Yorkers. The problem? Most New Yorkers don't even know they exist or that they qualify for them.
You should not have to wonder what you're eligible for. If we have your number, your social security number, your address, and all your date of birth, we should be contacting you saying, this is what you're eligible for based on our analysis.
However, he acknowledged the lack of technology available to help his administration reach New Yorkers that way.
Government needs to meet the people. The people should not have to meet the government.
Amanda Alexander, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Governor Hochul was on Zoom Monday, meeting with state police, Homeland Security, emergency services, services officials and several college presidents. This was to get a plan together ahead of the new school year to deal with protesting over the Israel-Hamas war. The governor says the state's domestic terrorism prevention unit has been doing threat management training at several SUNY campuses and is hiring more staffers for that. At the same time, the state police will be visiting what they call campuses of concern ahead of the fall semester. 1 week before most kids start the new school year, a plan to offer free breakfast, lunch, and dinner to all school kids nationwide, regardless of income. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand will be at the High School for Environmental Studies in Manhattan to unveil the Universal School Meals Program Act. Well, here in New York, State Assembly member Jessica Gonzalez Rojas tells 1010 Wins she's got her own bill that would cover the first 2 meals of the day.
Working with social workers and school communities, that oftentimes when a kid ends up in a social worker's office or in the principal's office, often the first question that people ask is, have you eaten? And more often than not, it is no.
She says their effort comes in the wake of Tim Walz being nominated for vice president and would mark an expansion of the work that he did to get free meals for kids in schools in Minnesota. Jelly Roll and his wife Bunny are keeping it real.
Don't want to get a copyright strike, even though this channel is not monetized yet.
Money on for the Roll family. It is kiddie pools. In fact, her latest one from Amazon was good for TikTok, but not good for Jelly.
Babies, let's get it. I made a hillbilly cold plunge today, and my husband is done with me.
Mama, did you get another kiddie pool?
Yes.
You know, when we get a nice house, you can't keep putting kiddie pools in the backyard. It's not big enough for Chachi.
Yes, yes. I'm sure I'm not the first person to have ever thought of this. This is a hillbilly cold plunge.
Well, after taking the plunge, Bunny didn't seem too into it, but apparently the family dogs, including Chachi, were having a blast. Wins News Time 726, Bloomberg Money Watch, and Steve Potisk.
Paramount Global has gone back to Plan A, Susan, now that Seagram Mayor Edgar Bronfman has dropped out of the bidding for the entertainment company. The Hollywood studio says it expects to complete its merger deal with Skydance Media in the first half of next year. Paramount is also ending its go-shop period, which allowed it to look for other bidders. Now, Disney is deep in contract talks with pay TV provider DirecTV that could see channels like ABC and ESPN blacked out as early as September 1st if they don't reach an agreement. Now, sources tell Bloomberg DirecTV is looking to rewrite the rules, easing contract terms that have long required cable and satellite TV distributors to charge customers for channels, whether they watch them or not. Now, after the Dow rose yesterday, locking in a new closing high, S&P futures, they're down 3 points. NASDAQ in the red now by 1. Dow futures are down 28. Bloomberg Money Watch at 26 and 56 past every hour. I'm Steve Potisk for 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on my commute to work this morning and listening and partaking of today's snippet of the news. Again, our mission is to record these historical, I don't want to say historical, right? They're just news, but just to record these snippets for future generations. 20, 30, 40 years from now, people can look back, pick a random day 30 years ago and see what the heck was going on in the local news. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next episode.